All right, cool. So based on what you said, yeah, I think there's actually an interesting like complex. Let me call it a complex, yeah. That I was watching. Don't ask me why I was watching this, but I don't know about you lot, but before I sleep, yeah, I always put on some interesting facts and theories and stuff like that, and I just watch it just so my brain can sync up like loads of perspectives, like whilst I'm sleeping and whilst I'm on my way to sleeping. And I came across a certain complex called like let me just call it the success complex. Whereby as a successful person, you look down on other people that aren't successful and put it down to they didn't work hard enough, when even success is based on a lot of luck. Does that make sense? And I feel like a lot of people don't see that success, let's just say success is making a lot of money. Let's just make it mad simple. Let's say success is making a lot of money or building something successful, etc. And you've been able to make it, quote unquote. It's based on a lot of luck that people put down to hard work. For example, you and I are both working on our ideas. I've created, let's just say, PayPal. I've created, in fact, I was able to get my hand on a computer before anybody else does, just because my dad was part of the company that first created computers or whatever. You get me? You and I have the same skill of intellect, but you weren't in that position to be able to afford a computer. I go on to build PayPal or whatever like that. Now I'm successful, and I was lucky in that case that I was born into this family, and I've now been successful. And I look at you, who actually tried as hard as me to make it happen, but didn't have the resources, or wasn't forget resources, you wasn't even lucky enough to have the resources. And now I can say to you, you actually didn't work hard enough. Does that make sense? So then it builds a complex where I feel like, oh yeah, like hard work does everything, but there's actually a lot of luck that comes into play with success. And I'm not saying like, you know, people say you create your own luck by being prepared. Yes, I do believe that if you're prepared for a moment that comes, but I do think that there's a complex where there's many people along the road who have tried super hard, have done everything they could and worked hard, but still didn't reach their goals or their aspirations, but they get looked down on by society as they didn't do well enough, or they made the wrong moves, or they did this, when actually there's a big factor of luck in a lot of things. So that's just kind of interesting, coming off like what you're saying, because I actually believe that that's a whole other thing that I feel like we shouldn't be shaming the people that put their all into something and don't make it. I feel like that's what a lot of people, like in business, that's why a lot of people are afraid to fail. Because then the people that succeed look down on the people that fail. It was like, no, but actually the people that succeed, there's a portion of them that know that you actually need to fail. You have to fail your way into success. That's what I honestly believe.
Okay.
You get me?
I definitely hear what you're saying. I would change a couple of things.
Go on.
But so
change it.
I'll change it, but like, okay, so for example, when you say luck, I wouldn't say luck. I don't think luck is the right word. I don't believe in luck.
So what do you think?
It's another layer, but like for the purpose of this conversation, I don't want to go down the layer.
Let's dive into